We're here. We are here. We are here. I think so. I think we're here. Let's see. Oh, moderators, are you there? My wonderful mods, my beautiful moderators, or moderator. I don't know if you're both here or if it's just the one. And I wonder if I'm going to have that issue again where I'm looking at the chat. There's a chat box there, but I can't see it. I hope you're all well and safe wherever you are in the world. How about that corona, huh? Okay, maybe that's not the best time or the best type of joke. But if anyone is there in the chat, if you're able to, one, can you hear me? And two, is it good quality? Is everything okay? So if I could get some feedback, that'd be great. Because right now it's a blank screen, but it says there are 3 people here. So if you can interact with the channel, pop something up in the chat box, that'd be cool. I think last time I had to take the chat box out, like I had to separate it some type of way, and I think I might have to do that again. Unable to connect to chat, it says. Please try again later. But it's like, I'm the host. I'm the leader of this live event. So if anybody can type something in the chat box, that'd be cool. That'd be very helpful to you, girl. Because as of now, I'm talking to nobody. Or I could just, pop it out now and see if you guys are there. So let's see. There it is. Man, why does it make me do that? That's so annoying to me. Dang it. Dang it, Don. Dang it. All right, I'm readjusting the chat so that it's like not overlapping. I need like a like a secondary screen to pop up like, excuse us while we take care of these technical difficulties. Because for some reason when the chat is attached to the video, it doesn't scroll. I see nothing. But anyway, just a little lag. Oh no, we can't have lag. How is it now? Is there still lag? You guys can hear me. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the feedback. Is it still lagging? Why would it be lagging? Gosh dang it. Okay, doing better now. Thank you very much. Anea, moderator number 1. My number 1. All right, happy birthday, Aries. Hope you guys are well. I'm very sorry that your season has pretty much been canceled due to this pandemic. But hopefully you guys are hanging in there. Hopefully you guys are, as I said before, happy, healthy, safe. Wash those hands. Don't touch your face. I'm going to touch my face tonight. I'm a face toucher. I can't help it. See, I just did it. But hopefully, you guys are taking all your precautions and taking this thing seriously because it is serious. Bummer that it happens during your birthday season. But to me, it's kind of interesting, It sort of started in Pisces season back in February, right? And then you guys are carrying it through as the first sign of the zodiac. So there's a little bit of meaning to that for me as a tarot reader, but for you, you're probably just like, screw that shit. But anyway, guys, thank you to everybody who is here and anybody else who might come later. This is a live reading that I do for all the zodiacs once a month for their birthday season. Aries is up. Welcome to it. Happy birthday to you all. If you have celebrated or you will be celebrating, again, I hope you can have something because I know so many of you guys are so bummed. Anyway, the reason I keep looking over here is because we're going to get started with a general overview for all Aries for those who might be watching this on repeat. And then we'll do several different other ones in between, answering any questions that someone in the chat might have. Okay, so for the general for Aries, I'm going to see which deck we're going to be using to get kicked off tonight. For general with Aries, what's the deck? Is that one? Some of them are like lower down than others. I have so many. Yes, okay. Steampunk, my friends. And my dear moderator, she's an Aries, so I'm sure she's very pleased to be doing this during her season. Thank you, Anae, for being here. Thank you, everybody else, for being here. Who do we have in the chat, by the way? Let me see. Moon Goddess, hello. Yes, it's going to be a good reason to go to Vegas. Although, I don't know. I mean, listen. The health of this whole situation and the recovery time and getting back to normal, you're probably still going to have to be pretty cautious when we start being able to travel. But I understand that need to break out because Friday was my 4th week in the house. Really only been out of the house 3 or 4 times. I'm a tough cookie. And anybody who's not as tough as me, they must be going through it. So everybody has my condolences, Aries or not. This is a crazy experience right now in human history. But you know, humans have seen much worse, right? So we can do this. All right, let's see some general messages for Aries during their season right now. What's going on generally for Aries in the collective? Messages and energies for Aries. Some general overview for you guys. This 3 of Swords keeps popping up at the bottom of the deck. I don't know if you guys have been able to see it, but oh, and then the 3 of Pentacles as well. I don't want to call nothing, and you know I don't normally do that anyway on my channel. So there you go. What's this that popped out? It really wants to be noticed. The 3 of Swords really wants to be noticed. Maybe some third-party energy for some people. A little heartache, a little breakup, a little shake-up to your emotions, maybe. But again, I don't want to jinx it. Last one? Yes, thank you. Last one. All right, let's see what's going on for Aries in the collective right now. Aries collective messages. General justice. Excuse me. Oh, I hope they don't. Didn't that happen last time? Who was that with? Pisces? Everything was falling to the floor. Queen of Pentacles. Hey, hey. And another one to the floor. And somewhat away from me. Come on, foot. You can get it. There it goes. Ooh, an Ace of Cups reverse. Oh, no. Oh, no. And the Death card on the bottom. All right, Aries. So things are not fun right now. Like I said, you've got Justice. It was a little dark. Hold it up there. Justice, a little blurry, but that's Justice. Queen of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups in reverse, friends. So some might be worried about money, right? Something about this Queen of Pentacles and then that Ace of Cups behind. Emotional distress over money. Emotional distress over possibly how you're feeling. Emotional distress over how you're feeling. Maybe worried about health, right? And then having to stay balanced in all of that. You know, with this Justice card, I don't think many people are in court right now. I mean, I know lots of places are holding virtual sessions for legal proceedings. So that could be factored in here to get things, you know, or to keep things on schedule. But this Justice feels more to me about needing to keep your head, like needing to keep a level head in the situation. I think there's usually a relaxed energy with the Queen of Pentacles, right? She looks like a woman of leisure. She doesn't look like a woman who has to worry about much. And being sandwiched between the Justice card and the Ace of Pentacles, I get this feeling that a lot of you are worried about your stability, your foundation, the money that's in your pocket, the money that's in your account, the money that's coming into your house, the money that's leaving your house, whatever it is. If you have children, or not that you have children, but if you're a caretaker, let's say it that way. If you're a caretaker, male or female, doesn't matter. This Queen of Pentacles is a nurturing figure. Your spirits might be very low. You might be finding it very hard to take care of your family right now because you're so stressed about maintaining a household. So either some might be facing evictions or, you know, defaulting on loans or missing payments on the mortgage, something like that. And your ability to act is really confined. The Queen of Pentacles is resourceful, but with Justice, we often have to wait. We often have to default to systems or situations outside of our own control. And Aries, of course, loves control. So what I see is someone struggling, not like a breakdown, It's not that far down the line, but certainly being very, see, touch my face, being very conscious of what's not working, what used to be very stable and secure. You're worried about losing that, or you're worried about the long-term effects. Let's say it that way. If not losing it completely, how far will this situation involving the global pandemic, if not affected by the global pandemic, you might be feeling it second or third hand. If you're employed, if you're able to stay up on top of your payments, you might not be able to, like in my case, you have to adjust to this new daily situation, and that kind of throws you off because, again, Aries likes control, but justice, like I said, invokes the involvement of another person or another system, right? So, generally speaking, Aries, you're out of sorts. You're not as in control as you'd like to be. There is feminine energy here, feminine energy here, which is not about gender. So don't get hung up on that. But there's like a softness to the Queen of Pentacles and that Ace of Cups in reverse that I think you're not really appreciating. Patience, thank you. I think I put that up on one of the posts. Yeah, I did. I put that up on one of the posts before the live. That Aries has to be patient, and that's just like not your forte. That's not your strong suit. You really don't like to do that. It's not easy for you to do that. And the Queen of Pentacles is normally patient, but I feel with that Ace of Cups in reverse, there's like a wearing thin. Like this whole shit's getting old. This whole pandemic thing, this whole not being able to control your situation, not being able to be proactive in it, that's getting old for you. You're really like bored by this or frustrated and shaken up by this. It's kind of on par with what most people would feel, but I think Aries, of course, would be feeling that even more so than other signs because you guys like to be in control. You guys like to be, your own boss. And again, the death card at the bottom, again, changing, transformation. So you're being put in situations you're not used to, and you're faring okay. Could you be doing better? Sure. But that probably would require more patience than you're willing to give it. You're just like too through with everything. So that's the general for Aries. But you guys it'll be fine, my friends. It'll be fine. Okay. So I'm going to jump over to the chat now and see if anybody has a question. Moon Goddess, thank you for coming. Anea, thank you so much for being my wonderful moderator. Let's see what's going on. Who have a question, please ask it. And if not, dun dun dun, Anea, you might be first. Or we might jump to another one. We'll see. We'll see. General question for anybody who cares to answer. If you're just watching. When is this going to be over? I have no idea, but if is that the true question you want to ask? You can ask any question you want, but if that's what you want, I'll answer it as best as I can. Lord knows I'm no Dr. Fauci. And even then, he's not the only expert. Oh, you're being so optimistic. I love it. I love it. Gotta have optimism right now. We gotta remain positive. You know what I mean? Human beings have been through much worse throughout history than this. And this, I don't want to say too much. I'm trying to, oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll do that. When is this over in context of your big move? That's good. Moon Goddess, just curious, when is your birthday? Did it pass already or is it still coming up? While you answer that, I'm going to see which deck is going for you, Moon Goddess, regarding when will this whole thing be over in relation to Moon Goddess's big move. Which deck, please, for Moon Goddess? Ooh, that felt good. Yeah, okay, Vanessa Tarot. March 23rd. Oh, you are right there on the cusp with Pisces. Right on that cusp. Well, I hope you had a happy birthday. As much as one could have a happy birthday at this time. I mean, back then it was still kind of early, so maybe you were able to celebrate. But regardless, happy belated birthday. If it wasn't amazing, like you said, Vegas awaits, right? Are you moving to Vegas? Is that where you're moving to? Moon Goddess, when will all of this be over regarding or in the context of Goddess's big move? Ability to quote unquote tell time with tarot is not the best. It's not my strong suit. I have to study it more, I have to practice with it more. So please forgive me, and please, keep in mind this is all for entertainment purposes. Tarot is not science, and it's not set in stone. But when will all of this be over for Moon Goddess in regards to her move? I know this is a Saturday, but I feel like this is a Sunday. Like I'm sitting here thinking of I don't have to prepare much to go to work anymore. I just go downstairs. But I'm sitting here thinking like, oh my God, I got so much to do before I have to go to work. Got a whole day left. Got a whole day of this weekend left. All right, is this the last one? Maybe. Last one, thank you. What was that? You see that shit that just happened to my neck? That's what I'm saying. Like when I do my regular readings, obviously you can only see my hands, but that's like the kind of things that happen sometimes when I'm shuffling or asking questions or like just doing the reading. Anyway, when is all of this going to be over? In regards to Moon Goddess's move, the moon. Okay. 5 of Cups and the Chariot reverse. So listen. I think Cups represents months, if not months, weeks. Because I think it would be days or hours for swords. Days, weeks, wands. Weeks, months, cups. Pentacles, months, years. So cups. 5 weeks or 5 months. Again, not the best with telling time with tarot. That's the one that jumped out with the number. So we'll go with that. So, like I said, moon card. Major arcana for Pisces. So that's you partially being born on the cusp. 5 of Cups. Put it in front of my face so it can focus a little bit better. There you go. And the Chariot in reverse. Major arcana for Cancer. Maybe July. I'm not good at telling time. Anything math, can't do it on the fly. Can't do it on the fly. Anyway, so when is all this going to be over? So emotionally speaking and how it's making you feel, you're very much up in the air about this whole thing, like most of us would be. Information coming out regarding, coronavirus and what to do about it, how to take care of yourself. When is it going to be over? How are people going to be, tested and taken care of? All that stuff is in here, but then more specifically to you, there's still details that are missing. When you get into the moon, you get like the outline of a situation. You really don't get those finite details. You don't get to see crystal clear what you need in order to proceed. So there's still missing pieces. Might be waiting on documents. You might be waiting on, being given the green light. Like you said, if things are being shut down, I'm not sure where you're moving to or all the details of that, but it feels like maybe it's like something, like you said, something is closed and you're waiting for something to be open. When, pardon me, pardon me. When you have the moon card, things are closed down, either emotionally or, like I said, with the details. So you might be calling wherever you're going to, or let's say you were going to travel cross country, just a guess, or not a guess, but just an example. You might be calling the rental car company. So I need to get a car. I need to go from this destination, or excuse me, this starting point to this destination. Oh, I saw a little bit of a lag there. Are we okay? Hopefully we're okay. Okay, looks good. So yeah, you might say to the rental car company, I want to go from here to here, but maybe where you are, it's open, but where you want to go, good old Boise. I'm going to pick on Boise. If you were going to Boise, Boise might not have an office open to retrieve the car. So then you would be renting this car for what, weeks or months, waiting for that office to open so you could return the car. You see what I mean? So there is like this desire to get things going, to see progress, but what you need from the leasing office, what you need from a rental car company, what you need from a potential landlord or whatever, they're not able to respond to you. So you're kind of just left holding your luggage, being like, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. And like nobody can receive you. So frustration. And I feel like you have like a lot of dreams and a lot of hopes about where you're going to. Like this woman on this card, this figure, like, I mean, number one, she's got her eyes covered with her bangs. So like she's indescript, she's secretive, or not calling you secretive, but it's that thing again about the details are missing. So I feel like there's a lot of potential. Like she's all dressed up, she's all gussied up, right? She put a lot of effort into putting herself together, but we can't identify her. So I feel as though there's this good intention from you to move, to do things, to be in a better place. But at this point, it's in your mind. Like you can't take actual action. Or, or you could have been planning this for a while. And now, because of the current events, like you may have been planning this move for months or even, the better part or the latter half, excuse me, of 2019. And you're like, oh man, come, March or April of 2020, I'm out, I'm going there. And then boom, coronavirus. And you're like, oh, not in my plans, was not what I planned for. Exactly. And now you have the Five of Cups right next to it. So that's that disappointment. You planned all these things. You said to yourself, listen, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that regarding this move. You may have already signed a lease. You may have already signed a rental agreement. And maybe you were supposed to arrive 2 weeks ago, wherever you're going, right? But now that's been delayed. So how are you going to arrive and live somewhere else and pay rent there or pay for mortgages there, set up utilities when you're not physically there? So you're disappointed. Five of Cups is about being disappointed. You see the Three Cups that are spilled. Oh gosh, there you go. You see the Three Cups that are spilled over, totally turned over, and then the Two Cups that remain standing. Oh, my cuticles. Ugh. Anyway, so with the Five of Cups, it's one of those cards that talks about a silver lining. There's a silver lining in here, or not all is lost. Let's say it that way. Not all is lost, okay? Because the Two Cups that remain. So you might have a friend, this woman, she's got somebody by her side. Oh, I just noticed, duh, that they kind of look like Snow White and maybe like Sleeping Beauty, or maybe Cinderella or something like that. So maybe you and your friend, maybe you guys have a thing about Disney princesses or something like that. Anyway, there could be someone by your side, who's telling you to cheer up, buck up, don't take it so hard, or things are going to work out. But you're just sitting there looking at those three spilled cups, this opportunity, this chance, this plan that you had to move. And you're just like, fuck all that. I'm not where I want to be. I plan to be over there by this time, and I've been delayed. And I don't know who this friend is, or I don't know who this colleague is, sister, brother. Don't take the two females on the card too personally. This whole deck is all females. So when we get into the Five of Cups, it sometimes talks about being inconsolable. Like it's really hard to shake someone out of that Five of Cups energy. Sometimes it's very like downtrodden. It's very pessimistic or hopeless kind of feeling sometimes. I'm not going to lie, it kind of feels that way. We might clarify that one. Because I think the silver lining thing is kind of like an eye roll for you, Moon Goddess. You're like, what is there to be? Like that. And I'm not trying to call you out, and I'm not trying to, criticize you or anything like that. But that's what it feels like. Because the moon, again, the moon is a complex card. Has a lot of positive emotions in it, but also has a lot of like disturbed or not disturbed, what do you call it? Agitating emotions that fluster us and make us feel like crap. Yeah. So in tandem, those two together, I'm just like, you hear 5 weeks or 5 months, you're just like, why isn't it happening tomorrow? I understand. I understand the frustration. Now, the last card in the first three that you got was the Chariot card. There you go. Ooh, look at that. That's good focus. Now, Chariot card. Again, major arcana for Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancer, or someone might be a Cancer in your vicinity, but they don't have to be. In reverse, I'll show you to you upright so you can get better acquainted with it, just in case you've never seen it. But I mean, this woman is certainly on the move. Got bags in the back, got an arrow pointing in her direction, and she's in this car. But in reverse, not so fast. So this is slowed progress, if not halted progress. No movement forward. And like I said, with the Cancer coming out, that's July, late June into July. Might be looking at that time frame. And you really don't want to hear that shit. I'm sorry. He's such like, like serious. It's like that. Seriously, this is the 2 more months, or possibly at least 2 more months, maybe 3. Oof. Which is sooner than 5 months. So we got that, because 5 months from now would be what, September? Crazy. So you Chariot not moving, plans to take a trip, take a ride, not happening, not feasible. I want to clarify the Five of Cups, because I want to see what more information we can get on the Five of Cups, and then we'll be done. More information on the Five of Cups for Moon Goddess, please. More information on the Five of Cups, please. Okay. The Hermit. Yep. We're all in hermit mode right now, so that makes sense. Virgo energy. Virgo, September, 5 months from now, and death. Oh, Scorpio energy. Listen, I don't know your story. I don't know the details, but in general, the collective, humanity, all of the earth is in a hermit mode, okay? Hermit mode is that, time on the sideline, chill out, relax, chill out, okay, with quotes. It's the spiritual journey on the inside. It's getting clear, getting clean, and getting balanced, and facing some demons a little bit, especially paired with that death card. Facing demons, cleaning out closets, literally and figuratively. This is self-improvement. This is the time for self-improvement. Now, I get the sense that this move is tied to your self-improvement, but possibly for you personally, Moon Goddess, this delay is maybe speaking to stones left unturned, possibly needing to finalize something, because the other aspect of death is that it is a final concept, or it's a final event. When something is dead, mortally speaking, that's the end, right? But in tarot, it's more transformative. You transform, you transmute through death, right? So there might be some finalizations that need to take place before you can actually move forward. And in some kind of way, this might be the universe's way of slowing you down so that you don't have to reroute back. Does that make sense? So I just wanted to clarify that Five of Cups, because I was just like, I get the sense I'm talking to a mature person. I don't think you're a young person. No offense with that, but I don't think you're young as in immature or inexperienced, right? So I get the sense of like possibly needing to slow down a bit, count, double check all your progress, or double check everything that you were putting in place before this trip, or before this move rather, okay? So Moon Goddess, I hope that helped you. And I'm going to get caught up with chat, because I don't like to look over there and get influenced. I kind of like to be in the moment. So let's see what I missed. Oh, you're going to California. Where in Cal? It's a huge place. I used to live in Southern California for like a year and a half. not an official person on California, but I liked living out there when I was there. Waiting on the lease. Got you. Okay, very cool. Ah, Stephanie, you made it. You're supposed to be partying. What are you doing here? No, I'm kidding. Hi. Oh, Santa Rosa. Very nice. I think I knew someone, like I used to work in a bookstore out there, and I think I used to know someone who lived in Santa Rosa, but she and I didn't talk that often. I don't know. Anyway, hi Stephanie, and Moon Goddess, thank you for your question. I really do appreciate it, guys. If you like what's going on here, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and share, and do all that fun stuff if you'd like. There will be a fire later, like a fire pit. Is that what you mean? Oh man, that would be nice. Getting outside to do anything. Anyway, if you're an Aries, get those questions ready. Perfect. Thank you, Anaya, for being on top of it. Well, Stephanie, you're here. Oh, fire pit. Very nice. I think it was weren't you guys having a barbecue? I think Sissy told me that. I think Sissy said you guys were having a barbecue, which again would be lovely. Speaking of Sissy, is Sissy here? Is my number one mod doing all the heavy lifting by herself? Moderator, I should be relying on you. Outside, what's that? We will all go outside again one day. I swear. Ah, there you are, Sissy. Thank you for being here. Thank you both for being here. Thank you, Stephanie, for being here. Moon Goddess, everybody. So we did the general overview. I'll do another one for those who aren't here in the chat live now. Let's see. So I do the general. I always forget this. What else do I do? Health and wellness, finances and career. I think that's the one I usually do second. I think that's what I do second. I really should remember these things. I should write them down. Old brain. So let's go with finances and career for Aries, and let's see what you guys are going to get. Which deck? Ooh, that was pretty. That's pretty clear. Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte. All right. Finances and career for Aries at this time, please. Messages and energies for Aries regarding finances and career. All right. Oh, barbecue. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should have like a nice barbecue when all this is said and done. But maybe it'll be fall by then. Because, look, I'm not here to scare anybody. Because I don't watch the news every day. I watch it once a day during the week, weekends off. But the reports are saying what? It'll be probably until fall that we really start coming out of the woods with this thing. I mean, we'll probably be able to move around, but it's advisable, I think, to keep wearing masks and everything in public. So we'll see. But a barbecue sounds lovely. Stephanie, please have a hamburger in my honor. Or a cheeseburger. Either will do. Finances and career for Aries, please. Finances and career for Aries. That's good, they said. I don't know why I'm singing. That was probably horrific. I apologize. Everyone, please forgive me. Let's get into it. Finances and career for Aries, please show me. Steak in my honor? Yes, girl, go ahead. Medium rare, please. Although on a grill, on a barbecue, would I want it done a little more? Maybe medium. Let's make it medium. Finances and career. All right, that's good. Sun and star together. Finances and career. Is there any other way? Stephanie, I adore you, my friend. I adore you. Ooh. Oh, it didn't fall. It's on my pants. That's great. All right. Came face down. So you start off with the sun and the star, and you also have 3 of Cups and the 7 of Cups in reverse. All right. So sun and star together. Very nice. Leo and Aquarian energy. 3 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups in reverse. Finances and career, well, kind of like the overview, there's a lot of emotional attachment to it. I feel some of you are like a wing and a prayer with the sun and the star together. I don't know if I should be laughing at that, but maybe some of you are like turning into like mad geniuses, like you're in your lab creating new ideas, feeling kind of industrious, or possibly, we're all working differently, right? Because some people are completely out of work, some people have been reduced, some people are essential workers and they're out there going toe to toe with the Rona, you know what I mean? So you're all going to be doing different things, but I feel as though ultimately, there's this wing and a prayer, but also like not letting the darkness overtake you, not letting yourself lose hope, not letting yourself give into this idea of all is lost, because the sun is the happiest card in the deck, right? There's not a lot there that looks troublesome. And the star is a healing card. The star card indicates not overdoing it, not burdening yourself, not being without hope, not being without some type of desire or wish in the situation. So I feel your outlook is positive. Some of you, it's from a spiritual place, if I'm honest. Some of you are like really deep in prayer or meditation about your career and your finances. Because here, the figure on the star card, she's got her hands up like this, right? And the water's pouring out of it. So I took that as like a prayer position. So some of you are really getting into your spiritual side, having faith that you'll be provided for, having faith that what you've put out to the universe will come back to you, having faith that others might not need to, but might be willing to step up and help you, or having faith that, like, again, for those who might be essential workers, when you go out into the world, you're going to be healthy. You're going to be taken care of. You're not going to contract this virus. And if you do, you'll make a recovery. So in career and finances, in terms of actual day-to-day things, if you are working, I think you're trying to make the best of the situation. I think you're trying to, again, not let it get you down. If you're not working or you're in a reduced capacity, you might be finding other ways to supplement your income, because the sun is about creation, fertility and creation, right? So a lot of people are, turning to that side hustle, or they're getting into a business that they've never been in before, or they're volunteering their time. If you can't, if if you don't have any way to make money, you want to at least help people. Some people might be stepping out and volunteering. This is all very creative. It's very productive. Not a lot of sitting around, which is most Aries. You got a lot of energy. Can't help yourselves. Cannot help yourselves sometimes to stay still, to stay isolated. And this is not an isolating energy, those two. 3 of Cups. Now be careful because some of you might celebrate too soon, or some of you might prioritize celebrations, which makes sense. Again, it's your season, so that makes sense. You want to party, you want to have a good time, you want to be with people, all right? You want to be with friends, you want to be with family, which is fine, of course, but please always be careful and take precautions, okay? Because pandemic, okay? So in terms of business, there might be partnerships that seem unlikely, or you're unsure of, or are coming from people that are close to you, friends or family. Okay, that makes sense. If you're spending a lot of time in quarantine with those that you know and love, or that you just happen to live with, you might become partners with them, or you might, strike up an idea with them, a creative project, possibly. Lots of people are stitching together and sewing together masks and they're selling them on, Etsy and all that good stuff, right? So some of you might be doing something like that. If it's not that, you might be providing services, because I know at the start of this, and it's still probably going on, like some people are needing assistance in getting groceries. So you might be doing that. You might be partnering with your friends or your relatives and stepping up and helping. But there is this cohesion, again, with finances and career, that you're relying on others who you may not have relied on before. Whether or not that's a good or bad thing, that depends on the temperament of you and them. But it feels copacetic. It feels like you guys get along, even though possibly you might not want to constantly have to work with this person, because that star card is pulling me back to like this healing point, this point of meditation, this point of spirituality. And Aries likes to be their own boss. And when you get into the threes, it usually talks about negotiation. So you might be negotiating with people more often than you're used to. Not bad. This whole thing has no pentacles, so earning potential might be down, which is kind of what was talked about in the overall. The actual money might not be there, but the having something to do, being involved, getting out, being proactive, this is here in this part of the reading. Now, your last card in this for your career and finances is the Seven of Cups in reverse, which I don't know why it's not focusing. How dare you? Let's try it again. There you go. Seven of Cups in reverse, but it looks like that in the upright. So you see this guy is holding one cup and he's got all these other cups on the shelf in front of him, but in the reverse. So your options are limited, resources are limited, and possibly your emotional investment is limited. I think some of you, what does that mean? Hold on. I think the excitement, the thrill, the wonderment of what's going on in terms of finances and career and just having something to do on the day-to-day basis, like emotionally speaking, like because it's the same thing, you wake up in the same place, you go to the same place, you see the same people, you don't have to, a lot of us are literally in our homes or in certain specific places, and there's not that variety. That lack of variety is possibly, not even possibly, definitely it's making you miss what life was like before, or it's making you anxious or antsy, and whatever my face just did, whatever that was, that's you. It's just like, oh God. is it Friday yet? Sissy and Anea can both attest to this week. For me, it was Wednesday, and I was like, oh my God, tomorrow's Friday. And everybody was like, no, tomorrow's Thursday. And I got a little teary-eyed. They can attest to it. So it's like that. It's like, this is not over. There's no progress. I'm not where I want to be. It's not even the day of the week that I want it to be. Fuck. It's like that. But I think hopefully, see, going back here with the star and the sun card, hopefully some of you are able to control yourselves in that way and not give into this just like F it all kind of feeling like, well, I'm not gonna, for those who may have lost your jobs or might be reduced in capacity or hours, I feel as though that's not coming in. And so you're turning to possible volunteerism or other ways of being involved in partnerships with that Three of Cups again. And it's not enough. It's not enough. And you have to remind yourself there's a greater good to what you're doing, or there's a greater meaning behind this moment in your life. And you have to pull yourself back to this. You have to pull yourself back to that moment and be like, no. Come on, Aries. And you have to persevere. You have to push yourself to continue and be be a little less selfish, just a little bit, just a little less selfish, possibly, is what some of you might think. Others of you are not thinking in those terms, and so that's fine. But that Seven of Cups is just like that lack of choice of like where to go every day, what to do every day, who to speak to every day. There's only so many times you can watch, whatever you're binging on Netflix, right? And so the satisfaction is just like dwindling, or it's very small. Like what what gives you joy now today in this moment is nothing compared to what it was before. And you're like, this is like peanuts. How could anybody be happy by this circumstance? So that's interesting. Kind of a roller coaster regarding finances and career. But again, interestingly tied to that overview, I'm not seeing a lot of bank. Like either it's not coming in or you're not concerned about it. That's how that's playing off to me. Either it's not coming in at all, the money, or some of you are in a position where it's not even much in your mind or much a factor, if that makes sense. So that's your finances and career. But I mean, if there's a global pandemic coming on or going around, I don't think there's going to be a lot of joy in most of this reading. So let's all just buckle in for that. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see. The other way. Same. The time warp. Yes, it was a time warp. I was completely out of sorts. And I probably will be as this continues on. So, any other Aries in the chat who have a question, please ask it now. You can always ask it while I'm talking. My moderators will keep a close eye on it like a bunch of hawks. I picked up this deck. I don't know why. I guess my hands want something to do. So if anybody else has a question, Stephanie, Anea, please go ahead and submit them to the chat box, and I'll answer them as soon as I see them. I think I'm going to have to eat again after I'm done with this stream or this live, whatever you call it. That dinner was not satisfactory. Everybody wants to know about this COVID-19. This is hilarious. Aries are just, you guys are like out here boxing this virus. Get out of my season. Let me have my birthday. Get the fuck out of my life. I'm sorry. All right, Stephanie. My question, with COVID-19, will my work contract continue or end early? Okay. Got it. Okay. Stephanie, will your contract continue or end early, right? Work contract continue or end early. Got it. And I'll probably forget it. I say things I got it and then I forget it very quickly. Stephanie's question, will her work contract continue or end early? Let's find out in context of COVID-19. Is that right? Ooh, okay. The Spirit Within Tarot. Oh, look who's on the bottom. Hermit. Oh, I crack myself up. All right, for Stephanie, will her work contract continue or end early? And my friends, if you have not hit the like button, please do so now. If you want to subscribe, that'd be cool. If you want to share the video, also cool. Leave a comment if you also want to do that, if you're watching on repeat. All that fun stuff helps the channel, helps your girl continue to do this work, and I appreciate you. Stephanie, with COVID-19, is that work contract going to continue or end early? Please show me the messages, please. Maybe I won't eat anything after this. Ooh, yogurt. I might have a yogurt, friends. Or orange. Ooh, that sounds good too. Work contract end early or continue. That's it. No, thank you. That's it. There it is. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's what they want. All right. For Stephanie, please show me the messages. Whoa. All right, 1. Thank you. Whoa. 2. 3. Took a minute. They all came face down, which usually means not secret, but like tight-lipped, secure, reluctance, something like that. It might play in, it might not. Let's see. Hermit. Well, 3 of Wands, 9 of Swords. Ugh. I would say maybe not end early. Well, I don't know yet. They're not giving me that. But get your ducks in order. Get your ducks in a line is what this feels like. Be prepared is what this feels like. So, Hermit, 3 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords, Stephanie. So, you definitely want to prepare yourself. You definitely want to make sure you are dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Basically, don't give them a reason. I don't know if you're evaluated. I don't know if you're given certain criteria and you have deadlines and all that stuff, but make sure you're on your mark. Make sure that you're on your P's and Q's, because it feels not volatile, but it feels uneasy, or that's how you feel, and you're unsure. And so the wisest thing to do, because the Hermit often does talk about wisdom, inner guidance. So the wisest thing to do, 3 of Wands, is look towards the future and plan for the future. Don't put yourself into a box, a limited situation, a limited position. Thank you. Don't limit yourself. Be ready to execute a new plan if things go belly up, so to speak. I think that is puts you in a place where you're kind of like, well, if I do have to reroute in some type of way, what's my next step? I think conventionally speaking, the job you have is solid. 3 of Wands, it allows you to plan ahead. It provides you with enough stability to keep yourself where you are now, take care of yourself, take care of your plans, and, do what you want in your life. But if it were to disappear, end early, not be re-upped, the contract doesn't get renewed, that would open up all these other options or this new horizon for you. And you can possibly be feeling anxious about that, nervous about that. I don't what was that? Tormented by that. That's interesting. Tormented. Just generally like thrown off your game if you have to think about how to move forward in a different direction in your career. Will it happen? It's quite possible, is what they're telling me. It's quite possible. And you're in this state of reflection. You're in this state of, drawing up different avenues, drawing up different plans for your future, which is wise. Again, I said, the Hermit, wise counsel, very wise move. Don't want to muck it up. You don't want to take the wrong step, it sounds like, or it feels like, yeah. So that could also be what the 9 of Swords is about. I've done this for so long, or I feel confident in this work, or I feel confident in these capacities. Would I be able to jump off into another lane, become just as proficient or just as effective or just as successful? Thank you. Worrying about continued success if your current job, your current position were to disappear. So there's worry about that. But is it going to happen? It's like they're giving me like it could. They just keep saying it could, it could, it could. And I'm not sure what that is dependent on. So I'll do you a solid. I'm going to ask a question for you. What is it depending on? What does it could mean? Why could it? What does that mean? It could, it could, it could. What does that mean? Clarify that for me, please. It could. What does that mean? Thank you. One more. Again, 2 cards face down. Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. So the powers that be at your job, wherever it is, managers, executives, whoever makes these decisions, right? Whoever makes these judgment calls, they might be in a fight. They might be in heated discussions. All right, thank you. They're in discussions of possibly what's valuable, or like with the Ace of Swords, I'm getting this disqualified. Interesting. Use the word disqualified. There's this energy of being disqualified. So they might be making decisions on what roles or what people in those roles are qualified or not qualified. What adds to the bottom dollar, what doesn't add to the bottom dollar. This is being very honest. This is being very behind closed doors is what they're telling me. Behind closed doors, there might be very honest conversations going on where people are saying what's affordable, what adds to profit, what detracts from cost, all those types of discussions, and being quick with it. Swords, very quick. Like a sword. Cut it off. Cut that off. Cut these people off. Very quick. Ace of Wands, and then right behind that, replacing it or reinventing it, reestablishing it. So I don't know the ins and outs of your pay, and this is just an example. I'm not feeling solid in it, but it could factor in because that shit happens all the time. If you have one position, let's say it was you, and this person makes, I'm gonna big you up, Stephanie. And it could be true. I don't know. Let's say you were making 6 figures to do your job. If they eliminate you and get in 2 people to do your same job, they can bring those people in for what? Fractions of the cost it is to employ just you, or it is to just use you under contract. You see what I mean? So there's like this practical, how can we cut costs? How can we bolster the business? How can we maintain XYZ for our shareholders and do all that kind of shit, right? And then behind that, how can we also still maintain the function if we take out these certain players or these certain roles? Does that make sense? So these discussions might be happening unbeknownst to you. And like I said when I started, I would say get your ducks in a row. Now, in terms of early or will it continue, if it were to end early, you have swords and wands, the 2 fastest. 2, because this is a major arcana, so we can ignore the hermit. You have 2 wands and 2 swords. It would happen quickly. Total 3 wands. Not okay. Let's do so 3 and 4. 4 wands. So maybe within a month. 9 of swords plus a 10 of swords, or excuse me, plus an ace equals 10. 10 days to 4 weeks. Again, I said it earlier, I'm not an aficionado when it comes to telling time with tarot, but these are both fast. So get prepared, get those ducks in a row. And if it does, you end up losing the contract sooner rather than later, if at all, because tarot is not science, okay? There is this chance that you'll be really dejected with this 9 of swords. You might spiral a little bit, hopefully a little bit, into, or just a little bit, into a depression, into a panic. Again, I don't know your financial situation. I don't know what that job provides to you or what you rely on that income for, but there might be a little bit of a panic if suddenly the contract is not renewed. Okay? So just get ready. You're a smart cookie. I'm not worried about you in that regard. The timing, as you asked for, might be the thing. So again, 10 days possibly to 4 weeks if we judge by what I generally understand about telling time in tarot. I really should study it more. Someone hold me accountable. So Stephanie, I hope that helped you. I'm going to clean these cards up. And then we're going to pop back into the chat. I'm going to see what everybody is talking about. I don't know where I get these freaking accents from. Oh, gosh. You're talking about your pepper steak? All right, hold on. Stephanie is up. You got Cold Stone. Jealous. I mean, I knew you were getting it, but I also hate you in the moment. No, I'm kidding. What did you get from Cold Stone? What is the flavor that you got? And another drink. Ice cream and a drink? Girl, come on. Pepper steak is delicious. I am jealous of you as well. When I meet new people, they always say I'm too intense. Yeah, Aries are intense people. That's why I've only got the one. I can only tolerate one at a time. Oh, you love my accents? Thank you so much. Moon Goddess. I appreciate that. I really do. Because sometimes I think they go to waste, but I think my friends and family like them, but you know. Chocolate chip, chocolate ice cream, fudge, rainbow sprinkles, and that's so much chocolate. What? My Lord. That is your usual. I love the cake batter ice cream. Cake batter is the way to go. Any other Aries who have any questions? I'll do another question before I move on to the health and wellness, if there's another question. The drink is kicking in. You're drinking on the job? This is your second job, you know. You're not paid to be here, but it is a job. You should take it more seriously. Oh, thank Moon Goddess. We're best friends now. The quickest way to my heart is give me compliments. That's all I want in this world. Just compliments. So now we're best friends. Thank you so much for your feedback. I love it. I try to have good energy. Well, I shouldn't say I try to have good energy. I think my energy is like particular. You either vibe with it or you don't. You're a lush. Am I gonna have to fire you? I've never fired. No, that's not true. I have fired somebody. Or at least I drafted the documents that said they were fired. I know, she's out here like giving people's government. Anea. All right. Any other questions? If not, Anea, I would take yours if you have it, or we're going to move on to health and wellness. I await the transmission of information. Oh, here it comes. You've had so long to think of this. I love it. And don't be afraid. You ask anything you want. No shyness around here. We're all friends. All right. Guidance on your love life. Is that how you want to phrase this? You can ask anything you want. Good friend. Oh my God. Sissy, calm down. Listen, people are finding love during quarantine. Did any of you see that story? I assume it's of this guy in New York. He was out on his balcony. He saw a girl across on the roof. She was dancing to get her exercise in. He flew a drone over to her with his number, and they started a little relationship. Now, I'm only somewhat cheesy, but that was a good one. Look that one up if you don't know it. And yes, thank you, Sissy. It's not pointless. Someone could send a drone your way tomorrow with their number on it. You don't know. All right, so I'm assuming you're not going to rephrase your question. You know I'm desperate. Listen, don't put that out into the universe. You're not desperate, okay? You're not desperate. So for Anea, want some guidance on that love life? Let's find out. Which deck for Anea with guidance on the love life? In the love life, whatever. This hermit keeps popping up. I just realized he was at the bottom of the deck on the other deck up here. This is taking a minute. Which deck for Anea, please? All right. All right. Zombie Tarot. I gotta tell you, they were like dancing all around this. But here you go, my friend. The Zombie Tarot deck. NV West, hello. Hi. Welcome. How are you? All right. For Anea, some guidance on that love life. Let's see what's happening. My stomach doesn't feel great. Perhaps I shouldn't have had those sandwiches. For Anea, please, messages and energies regarding her love life. Messages and energies regarding her love life, please. Last one. Right? Yes, they say. Nice and quick as compared to others, maybe? Five of Cups keeps coming up for you, Aries. The Lovers. Ooh. Yikes, come on. And the King of Swords. Well, Madame. I'm channeling our step-grandfather. Well, Madame. All right. And this is interesting. I'm not going to move the camera because I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to pan it down. But sometimes I put the cards in like a triangle. One is here, one is up here, and the other is like right there. And now I've put them at this weird descending diagonal. I don't know why I do these things, but maybe that means something. I don't know. Anyway, Anea, you have the Five of Cups, sad, the Lovers, ooh la la, and the King of Swords. Diabetes. Anyway, okay, so someone in the situation is dwelling on loss, dwelling on things not being happier times, more festive times. There's this lack of moving on, lack of optimism, hope, feeling lost, or adrift. Thank you. Emotionally speaking, kind of rough patches or a rough patch. I don't know if you saw, I'll show it to you again. Got the woman there in mourning with a child, so there might be a mother involved in the situation. So this mother and child grieving while you see the specter, the ghost of assumingly her dear departed, right above. So someone is like still in this situation of loss, mourning, losing a person either through physical death or a breakup or whatever it is. But something is just like not there anymore. What used to be there is not there anymore. And someone is just like not used to that. Could be you, could be someone else. And the focus on the not there is the problem. We'll probably clarify that, but it feels like, imagine, just imagine, friend, if this woman and this child spend the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, entire decade, what have you, visiting this gravesite every damn day. Will they eventually move on? No, they won't. You can't continue to focus on the loss, revisit the past, possibly in some sense stay in the same place. I'm putting it in quotes because I don't think it's about a physical place. I think it's about an emotional place. Staying in the same place is not eventually, it doesn't allow you to grow. It doesn't allow you to proceed, to move forward in a healthy way. Like there is some sense, if this was like a literal scene of visiting a grave site, there is some sense I get in there of paying tribute to and honoring whatever was from the past, the relationship, the connection, the happiness that someone felt about their own prospects, how they felt about themselves. This could be a self perception, how you perceive yourself, right? Or the other person or whoever is involved, right? There's a sense of honoring that and grieving that and, paying homage and all that kind of stuff. But again, you spend years or months, or excuse me, years or decades doing that, you're not going to do shit with your life. You're just going to circle the drain and feel like a awful person and never grow. So there's a need to get over it. There's a need to grow from this. And Aries in general have been getting, some of you have had fives. Fives are challenges. Fives involve conflict. Fives invoke the energy of change, of triumphing over hard times. So someone is emotionally not there. They're not emotionally available. They're not emotionally healed. They're possibly not emotionally aware. Aware. Again, the boy and the mom and that ghostly figure there, there's this idea, as many of us could easily think of, some of us believe in ghosts, but most would be unaware. Some people talk to the dead, I see dead people and all that shit, right? And most people probably don't believe in spirits or ghosts. And if they do, they don't perceive them readily. So you're not emotionally there, aware that you have to persevere, to overcome, to push through and evolve. So somebody need to evolve. Lovers. That's me. I see that. That's me with the tissues. Anyway, the lovers. Major arcana for Gemini. Could be a Gemini in your situation somewhere. Doesn't have to be. People have asked about time, so I'll just go ahead and say it. Maybe in the time of Gemini, which would be May, in June, late May into June, you might see something develop. Who knows? But with this lovers card, the desire and the passion for connection is there. Somebody has it. Maybe maybe another person doesn't. Or that's that awareness. They're saying that's that awareness. Someone possibly isn't aware of that yet. Maybe not at all. I don't know. But the reason I'm saying that is because you've got this man and you've got this zombie lady. Presumably, zombies are dead. Are you a conscious being if you're a zombie? Are you aware? Able to take in new information. You know what I mean? I hope you get what I'm saying. So you've got possibly this very virile, flesh and blood man on the card who's just like, yes, I love you, or I'm interested in you. And then you've got this dead thing. Possibly you've got this dead thing, or this deadness, this husk within another person that isn't necessarily receptive to this energy. I feel someone is emotionally not there and another person is more there. What's that? I've never noticed that. Hold on. Okay. They own it tonight. Watch. All right. You see the dead lady? She dead. She a husk. No heartbeat. She ripped his heart out. So she took his heart, right? And look at that tiny moon behind her derriere. The moon, body of emotions, minimized and behind. So tiny. In other tarot decks, the moon is huge. This is the first time I've seen a moon so tiny, or at least noticed that the moon is so tiny. So the emotions of this person are minimized and pushed to the side. Either you or someone else. You take your pick. You know your life better than I do, okay? So, in the moment, right now, it's not really kicking. Oh, that's double. Lovers, Gemini. 5 of Cups. What's the 5th month? May. Next month, Gemini season. You might see something develop. You might get clarity in a situation. Thank you. There might be movement forward or, like I said, clarity. Either way. What's that? What is on her face? Is that just rotting flesh? I guess it's just rotting flesh, but it almost looks like an insignia, but I think it's just rotting flesh. Anyway, so she's ripped it. See? Yeah. I'm not going to go back to that. I hope you understood. If not, come back and look at that card again. Now, final card in your 3-card spread. Ms. Kulbia is the King of Swords, air sign energy. Again, this is 3 times. Either you're going to meet a Gemini or there's some very significant Gemini placement in someone's chart. Remember this. Either there's significant Gemini in someone's chart or there's this Gemini of significance. And I normally don't hammer on the signs, but 5 of Cups, 5th month, May, Lovers, Major Arcana 4 Gemini, King of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So here it is. Emotionally detached or emotionally reserved. Reserved, protected, guarded. Look at this guy, armed to the teeth. This looks like one of Sissy's friends from the military, okay? You've got all these guns. You got the heads of his kills in the back. He's holding how many guns? 2? Holding 2 rifles. And he's kind of smiling. Happy to be where he is, this man. Look at this guy. Looking like Dick Cheney's younger brother. So there is, for you or someone else, a comfortability in being emotionally reserved, quiet, held back, withdrawn. There's safety in that. This King of Swords, as you can see, is in a safe place, in a cabin in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, chilling out, not worried, not involved. I feel that this is super protective. I feel that this is not necessarily, quote unquote, the truth. I feel that this is a game or some type of, it's a protective measure, a defense mechanism. Thank you. Because either you or someone else has not emotionally healed from a situation, gotten to a better place with that 5 of Cups in the beginning. I want to see more on the Lovers card because that King of Swords is very easy. I mean, he don't look very romantic to me. Now, give me clarification on the Lovers card for Anea, please. Four of Wands. Oh, Jesus Christ. You got 2 addition. 5 of Wands and the one of Hazards. Ace of Hazards. Ace of Coins. There's a lot of dysfunction for somebody involving a home situation, a crowded house. 4 of Wands. Let me hide my face. There you go. 4 of Wands. Crowded house. Too many cooks. Okay. There's a lot of people. Additionally, or at least compounded, because you got the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is competition. 5 of Wands is strife, arguments, disagreements. So in a house, somebody has disagreements. Someone might be fighting over a home, fighting over the comings and goings in a home, or who does what. You know, you take care of this, I take care of that, blah, 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 blah. There is a lack of structure. Who's in charge here? Nobody fucking knows. And there's this need with the Ace of Hazards, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Coins, what have you. To break out, yes, thank you, break out. As you can see, that arm is breaking out of the ground. Break out and have something all of their own. Someone doesn't have something of their own. They share it, they divide it. They don't feel secure, or maybe not secure, solid where they are. Not themselves where they are. And until that changes, there will be no emotional availability. That's all. So, mod number 1, thank you very much for your question. You've been so patient. You waited so many months for your season to come around. I hope that was helpful information for you, friend. I'm going to jump back into the chat now. What have I missed? What have I missed? Oh, maybe. No, I'm not going to have any tea. It's just going to keep me up. Envy West. Hopefully it's not a desert drought. You're too funny, man. Yes, that's me with the tissues. You are scary accurate. Although I'm Scorpio, this resonates 100%. Hi, Michael Rose. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for thinking or sharing that this was accurate. And it works that way. Maybe you have Aries significantly in your chart. Maybe. Thank you for stopping in. Please continue to watch and support the channel. Thank you. I'm glad to be here to get the message. You're welcome. Definitely mash the like button. Thank you, Michael Rose. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate the support. For anyone watching the stream, if you'd like to know, thank you. They have Mercury and Gemini. Okay, that's good. I have heavy Libra placements. I'm the emotional nurturing one. The detached and emotionally distant. They are detached and emotionally distant. Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. All right. Thank you very much. I'm caught up. Maybe I should it's hard to do it. It's hard to read the tarot and read that at the same time because I'm spending a minute catching up. Anyway, are there any other questions? Moon Goddess, thank you, girl. You about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame of fandom. I appreciate you. If there are any other questions, go ahead and post them now. I'm going to move on and do health and wellness because was that 2 questions back to back? I have a bad memory. I think it was 2 questions back to back. So we're going to do health and wellness, and then after that, we'll see if there's any questions that pop up. And then, of course, we end with love and romance. Health and wellness for Aries, please. Which deck? Health and wellness for Aries. Yep, okay. The Cosmic Tarot deck. Michael, look at all this praise. I'm too easy. All anybody has to say is that they like me, and I think that we're the best of friends. Which is not true in real life. It's much harder to become a really good friend of mine. I am discerning, people, but I do like praise. Leo and all, you know? Anyway, health and wellness for Aries, please. Messages and insights and energies for Aries regarding their health and wellness. Maybe I do want tea. No, I don't want any tea. It's just gonna mess me up. I can make a lemonade. Ooh. Lemonade might be good. Health and wellness for Aries. Por favor. What is that? I guess we're done. Listen, they messed with my neck, buddy, and I can't stand that shit. Health and wellness, please show me 3 cards. Health and wellness for Aries. I haven't used this deck in so long. Maybe this will be the deck I use for May. Who knows? First card, face down. Don't know what it is. Second card, face down. Don't know what it is. Third card, face up. Queen of Wands. Oh, and I placed these in a different slant than what I did for Anaya's reading. That's very interesting. First card, Three of Wands. Second card, the Tower. Well, shit. No, that might be that might be presumptive. I apologize. It might be all right, but that Tower in the middle. Ooh. All right. First card, friends. So Three of Wands. Hide my face to get a better look at it. Try this again. Oh, for God's sakes. Whatever. There you go. Three of Wands. The Tower. The Tower, if you're from America. And the Queen of Wands. Okay. So, health and wellness. Listen, mind on it. Or conceiving of it, wondering about it, or, in some cases, avoiding it. Thank you. Probably not a good idea if you're avoiding it, friends. But in general, for those who are aware and thinking and feeling like, oh, what am I doing with my body? What am I doing with my nutrition? How am I nurturing my body? Right? There's the sense that some of you are like really keyed into that, and some of you are kind of like out in la la land and not really thinking about it. And I'm really getting this centered around food and exercise. Food and exercise, two of the big parts of health and wellness, right? And I get that some are like, itching to be active and trying to find ways to be active. It might not be sufficing. I feel like some Aries have like tons of energy to burn off, just tons, especially if you've been in the house for weeks on end, right? So you have all this energy where maybe you didn't necessarily go to the gym all the time, but maybe you're just used to running errands. A lot of people burn off their calories just by doing their daily activities, right? So if there's been a stop to that, some of you have all this pent up energy and you don't know what to do with it. Makes sense. Others of you, the change in your daily programming, your daily schedule, so to speak, daily program, so to speak, has kind of left you. Maybe some of you have gone to more quieter ways of exercise with like yoga and meditation. If not, I get the sense like some of you are just like being really lazy. Like, because again, when Aries can't do things the way they want to do, there is sometimes this element of, well, forget the whole thing. If I can't do it the way I want, then I might as well just go do something else, right? So if you're wanting to eat a certain way and the markets are out of the food that you're looking for, or some of you are like really sad those gyms are shut down and you don't have enough space to exercise in your own home the way you usually would, and you're kind of just like, well, screw it. There's like this abandoning element I get strangely with some of you in this Three of Wands, like, well, forget it, I'll go do this instead. And so it could just be some of you in terms of eating and exercise, where maybe you were like on a really ironclad diet and you were like going to the gym 4 days a week, whatever it is. Now it's kind of like, well, I'll do some like, fitness exercise moves, or I'll do some body weight movements in the house, but I'll do that twice a week. So there's been like this downgrade. You may have been eating healthily. You may have been eating salads for lunch when you went to work. Now you haven't seen a salad in, 2 months, something like that, where being put on a new schedule that you didn't design for yourself nor opt into, like nobody opted into this, nobody wanted this. And so there's like this begrudging energy, like, well, I don't even want to be in quarantine. So, and you just throw it all out the window. It's counterproductive. It's counterintuitive, but that's like reactionary. I feel this is a reaction more than a response. Yeah. So snap out of it, friends. The Tower. This is secondary major for you, Aries. So there you are, showing up in your own. See? It's like burning your own house down to claim the insurance. It's like, why are you doing this? I'm not saying you're doing that, by the way. If you are, don't do that. That's illegal. But this tower is hitting this wonderful place, this solid structure, and all these people are like flying out of it. So it's kind of like self-sabotaging energy. However, You might need that. Fellow fire sign, okay? So I get it. A lot of times I feel fire signs have to burn it all down before they start something else, before they do something else, before they feel ready and motivated enough to say, okay, you know what? Here's what we're going to do, and come up with a whole new plan or come up with a new way to approach the situation. So that's what this feels like. It feels like destructive energy, or, throw it out the window, throw it by the wayside, who gives a shit type energy. But then coming back to square one and being like, okay, I was being really reactionary. I was being silly. I set fire to my own home. Duh, I shouldn't have done that. So it's like spending 3 weeks, not 12 weeks, but 12 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, eating like crap. Around now, towards the end of April, you might be like, okay, you know what? I put on a lot of LBs. I packed on some pounds. Let's rewrite this. So it's like, and it could come in that form. You step on the scale, you haven't weighed yourself, some of you maybe, haven't weighed yourself in a while, you step on that scale, it's like, oh shit, that's an extra 8 pounds. Where'd that come from? The donuts, the lack of salad, the lack of exercise. If your body doesn't feel well, why not? Been putting a lot of crap in my system. If we're talking emotions, if we're talking mentality or your mental space, some of you might, like I said, you might be kind of lost in the woods with that 3 of Wands, right? Some of you feeling like unmotivated. You might lack structure because the 3 of Wands is beginning to lay a foundation. It's like, okay, this is going to happen, then we're going to do that, then we're going to do that. But if you haven't been in that mood and you've kind of been like, oh, you might be going back to, okay, wait. Aries, slap yourself in the face a little bit, pop, 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 snap out of it, share. She kind of looks like that. Share from Moonstruck. Oh my God. Moonstruck. Thank you. Where she slaps the guy, snap out of it. That's what I feel is happening with your health and wellness. Like you feel like crap, you don't emotionally feel great, mentally, maybe got a lot of brain fog, okay? Snap out of it. Queen of Wands comes along, possibly a friend of yours. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who's basically like, hey friend, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. What's the last thing? When's the last time you had a salad? I don't know. Like lunch before quarantine? That was 5 weeks ago. What's going on? Yeah, I just haven't felt like having salads, or I haven't felt like eating this, or I haven't felt like doing this. And your friend is like, but girl or guy or whoever, listen, Aries, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Share, moonstruck, pop, snap out of it. So you either tell yourself that, you have a friend outside of you who tells you that. They don't have to be a fire sign. They could be any sign. But there's like this can-do attitude when you come across the Queen of Wands. There's like this, let's get in here, let's fix it, let's roll up our sleeves, let's put in some good work to make things better, right? So the Queen of Wands is like that. I don't think I want to clarify anything. I think this is like, that tower is like twofold. I think you might be living in a tower moment of like self-sabotage and kind of like letting your goals like fall to the wayside. But then also there will be like a rough, a rude awakening, stepping on the scale, waking up and realizing your bowels ain't right, waking up. Or, you might be sitting in meetings where, and it could be because of the teleworking aspect. It could be because you're on, video conference, but there might be some realization that in your workspace, your mind might not be as sharp. And you're like, how come? And this is true. A lot of people, they're affected by their diet. You put a lot of carbs in your body, you put a lot of sugar in your body, put a lot of caffeine into your body. It affects your brain. It affects your cognition, right? So some of you might be coming to that understanding about yourselves, and you're just going to get back on track. So don't worry about it too much. Okay? Okay. That concludes the health and wellness portion of our program. Let's jump back into the chat and see what I missed. I am such a silly duck. Let me tell you. Michael, still here. Thank you for being here. Definitely will. Welcome newcomers. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do want an orange, but they might not be as good. Like I think they've been in there for like 2 weeks. But I do want to. I want to see if the oranges are good. I'm gonna check it out. I promise you, Sissy, I'll do it. Uh, I did today, and it was sad. That damn quarantine, or this damn quarantine. Mars energy. Yep. Yes, Mars is like tear the whole thing down. Just chuck the whole damn thing and start it over. Aries, or excuse me, Mars and Aries. Planet of war, god of war, destruction. Not satisfied. Toss it. Any questions? Any other questions from any Aries out in the audience, out in the chat there? If you have a question, here's the time to ask it. And I hope I never offend anybody with my accents. I've always done it my entire life. Those sandwiches are not agreeing with my stomach. Really, they're not. Not at all. Not a fan. Oh. And if not, we will be moving on to the love and romance portion. And we're going to finish that. Or we're going to do that and then that'll be the end. Unless there's another person with a question. Okay. Thought that was going to turn into a sneeze, but it didn't. Should I have a yogurt as well as an orange? Nah, the yogurt's probably not. Well, it might have those probiotics. Probiotics are good for the tum-tum. We'll see. All right. I don't think there will be any other questions from the audience just yet, so we will go ahead and move on to the love and romance portion, which I think many people like to know about. Love and romance. For Aries, which deck, please? And again, I thank everybody for being here tonight, my mods, all the viewers, everybody who's watching on repeat. I thank you so much for your support. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Do all that fun stuff, okay, peoples? If you want to, there's no pressure. Love life of Aries. Which deck, please? Ooh. Oh, I was hoping, because I love this deck so much. Michael, my dear friend, my new dear friend, I usually am doing the lives for the birthday season, but my good friend, the universe, is it keeps nudging me to do more with my channel and to press on and really grind on this thing. And I feel like the missing component is the lives, because I think they're good for me as a reader, and I think it's good for the audience to see my face every once in a while. So I might do them more often. I'm thinking of doing a collective live, but I don't know if it should be like a special occasion or just like a just cause, a random thing. I'm not sure. But technically speaking, if I were to do a live specifically for Scorpio, it would not be until Scorpio season. But there might be a collective coming up. I don't know. Universe keeps pushing me in that direction. I just am like dragging my feet because I'm a lazy Leo. I told on myself. Oops. All right. Love life for Aries, please. Love and romance for Aries. Messages and energies. What's this that keeps popping up? That has been on the bottom a little bit. Two of Cups. So some of you have some significant relationships to speak of. Ooh la las going on. Some ooh la las going on. Aries. Love and romance. Love and romance. Love and romance for Aries. Messages and energies, please. Ooh, that was almost a spill. Love and romance, please. Messages and energies. Is that right? Itchy nose. What? They're like making me move the deck all around in my hand. Okay. They want to reverse shuffle for some reason. Okay. When I say reverse, I'm like holding the deck like that. And I'm bridging like that. That's what I mean. One more reverse. Okay. That's strange. I do what they tell me. That's good. All right. Let's get into it then. Love and romance for Aries, please. 2 for 1. You lucky ducks. Actually, it's in a side position, so we'll keep it for the moment. And that's a flipper. 10 of Cups. Messages and energies, love and romance for Aries. By the way, well, not a by the way. More of a, how's everybody coping with the quarantine in terms of like hair? That's why the hood is on. I need a haircut. The hair is not right. I saw it. I went into the mirror. I tried to make it look better, and it just didn't happen. So your girl needs a haircut. Let's see what came face down. Oh, very interesting. Like that? Okay, so Empress upright, and then, ooh, the World? No. Yeah, the World. In reverse. 10 of Cups. And the Page of Pentacles. I'm pretty sure they might switch it in this deck because that actually looks like Judgment, but number-wise, that's supposed to be the World. Let me double-check with this deck because they may have switched that. Give me a moment, please. Yeah, they did. Okay. So in this deck, card 20 is Judgment. So I apologize. Judgment in reverse. Okay. So here we go. Love life. Empress. Ooh la la. Judgment in reverse, even though it's card 20. Looks like that in the upright. Oh, that's see? Y'all in a sad position. 10 of Cups. And then the Page of Pentacles. Get in there. There she is. There she is. All right, friends. So there is this lady, and I'm saying lady in quotes because it's not specific to gender. It's more specific to the energy of a person. But there is a lady type, a feminine type. Thank you. That's the word that I should have said first. A feminine type or feminine energy or just a sexually, romantically, vivaciously, like a very a lusty energy. Thank you. That exists in your vicinity or within you, Aries. It could be you, could be someone else. This Empress doesn't want for much, is very comfortable, is very self-contained and composed, sexually ripe, ripe, sexually ripe, romantically ripe. Everything is like perfect. In terms of this person's energy, they are DTF, they are DTL, they are DT whatever. They are down to do it all, right? If you are looking for just a sexual encounter, that or you are, whatever. Why am I saying it that way? The quality of this person. The quality. If this person is virtuous quote, they might want to wait until they're married to have sex. Perfect. That fits them. If this person is DTF and they want to have sex tomorrow but can't because of quarantine, that's also this person's energy. There's someone who is sexually aware of their body, aware of how they feel towards another person, aware of what they want to receive from another person, aware of what they can give. Aware. They know themselves. They own themselves. Autonomy. What I love so much, autonomy. What I preach about probably more than anything else in the world, autonomy. This person makes their own choices. They live their own lives. They don't ask others for much. Self-possessed energy, the Empress. Secondary major arcana for Taurus and Libra. You could be dealing with either of those signs or not at all. They could be in your chart. They could be in somebody else's chart. Take it with a grain of salt. So, Empress. Soft, well, not soft. Like not soft feminine as in delicate. Soft as in gentle. Soft as in not overbearing. Not a steamroller. Not a bulldozer of a person. But strong like a bulldozer. Okay, thank you. They don't behave that way, but they have the magnitude of someone like that, like a commanding presence. Very, very interesting. I assume this is you or the person you desire. Now, came out in combination with this person is that Judgment card in reverse. Show you this upright so you can get a better look at it. And it's still a new deck to me, so I need to see it as well. But that's what it looks like in the upright. Similar to one of the depictions we had earlier, and it's not focusing, damn you. Nah, I had it for a second. But I hope you can see. It's like another grave site, another mourning, and then all these spirits in the background, right? But in the reverse. So possibly that natural inclination of the Empress to be this gentle, vivacious, sexual, nurturing, all those things that I was mentioning, whatever the fuck I said, because I forgot it almost that quickly. That natural tendency might be right now. Dead in the water right now. Or there's a barrier. Someone might have a lot of passion, have a lot of love, have a lot of affection, have a lot of sexual desire, and got nowhere to put it. I have a perverted mind, and my guides know this, and so they gave me a lovely depiction of what that could also mean. Nowhere to put it. Okay? You can all fill in the blanks how you like. Now, so this person is coming up to a barrier, a stop, either within themselves, maybe they're just like off their game, they're not in the mood, or the circumstances at hand. Yes, the circumstances at hand are not fruitful. The Empress only wants to deal with things that are fruitful. Profitable is not the correct word, but that's what they want me to say. Profitable, beneficial, cohesive, conducive. The Judgment card in the reverse is not a conducive energy. It's not jiving with her. Judgment, secondary major arcana for Scorpio. Some of you are dealing with a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. So there is a mismatch of energies between two people, or the Empress is just like not in her. She's not at her best. Right? Could be for some, again with the scene on the card, dealing with emotional loss, dealing with grief, dealing with suffering. And I mean, listen, that's a hard one. You can't really compete, quote unquote, compete if someone is emotionally grieving, going through a loss, going through not feeling present and feeling in that same vein of the Empress, which is just like, we can make beautiful things together. The Empress makes beautiful things all on her own, right? She creates beauty in her own life, or she possesses it and she can sort of bestow it and give it out, right? But if someone doesn't match that energy, then it's a non-starter. 10 of Cups, following those. So some of you, this is someone that you live with or already have a relationship with, possibly a family with. Why can't I get you the focus? You're like my new favorite deck and you don't focus. You bastard. Anyway, so some of you might already have a relationship to speak of with someone else, or a family to speak of with someone else. And the good times are there. But it's very trying right now. For those who are already established, it's very trying right now. It's very hard to maintain this level of optimism, this level of joy, this level of purity. I'm going to put that in quotes because I don't know what that means, purity. Ah, for those who are waiting until marriage, it's hard to maintain this level of purity. Maybe you got quarantined with your fiance and y'all wedding got canceled. And it's hard to keep. See, be careful, don't slip up. if that means something to you, you know. But this Ten of Cups is because of the two adults and the two children that are featured there. They're really showing me or wanting me to talk about how it takes two to maintain this. This all can't be done by one person. Again, the Empress might come and show up and she's got all this enthusiasm, got all this intention and desire, and then the other person is just like Eeyore showing up to the party. What are you going to do with that energy? What are you going to do with that attitude or that outlook? And it's not a blame game or anything, and please don't take it that way. But that's literally what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that someone's just like, yeah, come on, let's do it. We can have this, we can have that. Let's maintain this happiness between us. Let's make this happiness, let's plan our future together past the pandemic. And somebody's just like, but that coronavirus though. And somebody else is just like, don't worry about that. Let's talk about down the road. And somebody's just like, but we don't have enough Clorox wipes. And, there's like this fixation on the now and not having what you want now, or a loss from the past and not having that reconciled, not dealing with that. And it's just a mismatch of energy. Kind of makes sense. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. The potential partner is in an immature energy. Not immature like nanny boo boo. It's not that. Immature is in not yet elevated, not yet aware or awakened to the potentiality, or not able to do anything with their potential. The pages are all like little clay lumps. You can mold them into anything. You can build them up into a great work of art, or you can leave them like a little clump of clay, right? It can go either way. So it's an unshaped energy or an unshapen energy. It's being formed or needing to be reformed, needing to be restructured. And the Empress, which is the Queen of Queens, and again, Empress energy has a lot of earthly components to her. She's very carnal, right? Very lusty, very 3D presence, a manifester. I can think of a thing, I can have an idea, and then I can bring that idea to life. I'm nurturing, I give birth, all that kind of stuff. It's very earth. And the Pentacles, again, is attached to earth signs. So we have two people who can manifest, who can create, who can be very accomplished and abundant in their physical lives, their physical realities, the way they handle money, the way that they handle their possessions, the way that they, create and make love or create stable, secure homes for each other, the way they nurture each other, the way they nourish their bodies. One person is just like on it. The other person is like on it. There's like an uncertainty. It's not yet formed. It's not yet mature. And again, some of you, you're solo dolo. This is not about you and another person that you're connected with, but there is this potentiality of dealing with people, or you could be the other person. It is a general. You could be the Page of Pentacles, Aries. Give yourself, be fair, judge yourself fairly, okay? Yeah, there's like a lack of, what is this? Can do, thank you. There's a lack of can do attitude. There might be hopes and wishes, but like the follow through is a little lacking. Could be about self-belief. Could be that someone doesn't believe in themselves as much as the other person, or they don't believe in this potentiality of the Ten of Cups like the other person does. Something like that. So I don't know what side you're on, Aries, but it feels like, in the moment, could be very much tied to the quarantine that many of us are living in. Someone is just not fully in the picture, let's say. And somebody else is just like, well, I can make all this fabulous stuff happen, or we together can make all this fabulous stuff happen. Pardon me. But you got to get on board with me, or you got to give me more than what you're giving me. And somebody else is just kind of like, I guess, or they're not sure, they're not confident, something like that. Okay. Aries, that's your love and romance, my friends. No need to clarify anything. That message felt pretty clear to me. Now, where are we in the program? Ooh, we're almost at 2 hours. Aries, are you getting like the longest live I've ever done? I don't think so. I think I went over 2 hours with Pisces. Maybe. I don't remember. Don't trust my memory. It's crappy. So let's see what I've missed. Stay in quarantine. That sounds about right. Mars energy. Letting it grow. A lady type. Oh wow. Oh, stop brushing your hair. Listen, I can't say anything. My hair before I washed it the other day. Yeah, I don't think you're right. It might have been 6 or 7 days since I'd actually combed through my hair. So quarantine, man. It's crazy. It instantly changes our daily behaviors. It's very interesting. I guess I'm the Empress. Michael, if you're here and you're watching tarot, you're probably the Empress. Any person who's not confident, doesn't really know themselves, often doesn't seek out to watch tarot. They might stumble upon it. They might watch it once and that's it. But people who are consistently a part of this world tend to be the quote unquote more positive side of the reading. Quote unquote positive side. There is quote unquote positive side, okay? Because there's plenty that can be quote unquote wrong or complicated with that Empress energy, you know? Because there is a sympathetic nature to the Empress. But like I said, when I was reading that energy, I think I said the Empress doesn't ask for much and doesn't need much. So that can be kind of a dicey, another edge or another part, prickly part maybe of the Empress. Take it with a grain of salt is basically what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Michael, I appreciate you. We got a vibe. I hope to see you coming back in the future and continuing to support my channel, as well as Moon Goddess and everybody else who showed up here tonight. I'm going to do a last call on any questions that any Aries in the audience, if you guys want to ask me, now is your chance. I love this deck so much. I need to put it back in its box. I probably will purchase a second deck because if it gets worn out, I'm going to be heartbroken if I can't get like a replacement. So anyway, last call on any questions from the Aries in the audience tonight. And any Aries that I had missed, if you're watching on the repeats, do remember that you can purchase a personal with me. That information will be, by the time you watch it on repeat, it will be in the description box below. And again, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, doing all that fun stuff keeps me afloat here, so to speak, keeps me in rotation with all the wonderful tarot readers that we have on YouTube. There's tons that are amazing and some that are just like, not bad. I would love to be one of the amazing ones, but I'm not that type of egotistical Leo. But yes, you will see me again. I love your energy and thank you so much. Michael, I love you too, friend. We're already connected. And I mean, I kind of believe in that stuff. You know, you either vibe with a person and you connect with them like right away or you don't. Sometimes it builds, but when you have like a instinct about a person, sometimes most of us should trust that instinct. Others of us, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Anaya, thank you so much for being a mod. Sissy, I know you're here, but you were busy stuffing your face, I think, which is fair, because I would have. I would love some pepper steak right now. I'm just gonna say that. Any other questions? Remember, if you like what you've seen and heard, yes, thank you so much. All right, guys, we're gonna end it here. I thank you all so much for watching. Again, please continue to support the channel. If you want that private reading, it's down in the box. Oh, also down there's the link to the Instagram, pulling a card every day. Practically every day. Oracle cards over there doing interpretation. So if you're into that or if you'd be interested in seeing what I do there, the link is down below. Any questions you have before you place an order, go ahead and email me and I will answer you as soon as I can. All right, I'm going to end it, my friends. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. I really do appreciate it. And again, happy birthday, Aries. I know your season is canceled, but I know you got ego enough to come out as soon as like day one quarantine. It's my birthday. And people are going to be looking at you. It's July 3rd. It's my birthday now. Cancer, step aside. So I know you guys are going to be sure to celebrate yourselves as soon as you can, all right? And I would be the same way too. Fire signs, we want our shine. We're going to get our shine. So I support you, okay? All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a good night. See you later.